Stéphane Charbonnier, the editor of Charlie Hebdo, was quoted as follows: "I am not afraid of reprisals. I have no children, no wife, no car, no debt. It might sound a bit pompous, but I'd prefer to die on my feet than to live on my knees." On the one hand, this quote expresses defiance. But on the other hand, it suggests that he had nothing to live for. It describes a life that is empty of the things that give life meaning, a life that has nowhere to go other than the grave. To me, this sums up the problem with the modern West. It has lost the will to exist. It has lost the will to power. The highest virtue is victimhood, not victory. If Muslims are willing to kill and die for their beliefs, and we are only willing to die for ours, then we will lose. The West is shrinking in power, population, and influence, while Islam is growing stronger. People in the West have the delusion that our values, such as freedom of expression, are universal values, rather than part of Western culture. They believe, foolishly, that Muslim immigrants to the West will adopt Western values and become Westerners. They believe that Muslim values are inferior because they are not enlightened, like Western values. And so they believe that Muslims will naturally switch to Western values if they are given the opportunity. After all, Muslim values are oppressive. They have strict sex rules for men and women. They prohibit homosexuality. They have retained the institution of marriage. They prohibit extramarital sex. They are not pacifist. Islam is a religion of conquest by the sword. And yet, these oppressive values are winning, and the enlightened values of the West are losing. Muslim values are superior to the secular humanist values of the modern West, and that's why they are winning. Islam is invading Europe. Muslim immigrants have high fertility rates, while native European populations have fertility rates far below replacement. The native European population is falling, the Muslim population is growing. The real battleground between civilizations is the maternity ward, typically the socially funded maternity ward. Secular humanist values are not invading the Muslim world. They are not winning by persuasion. In fact, the Muslim world is becoming more fundamentalist. It is rejecting the secular humanist values of the modern West. And this is exactly what it should do. The West is losing because its values are self-defeating. It does not value itself. Or more accurately, they are self-annihilating. The West is annihilating itself. And so it will be replaced by something that values itself, that is willing to fight for its own existence.